Oh, I was just gonna I planned on just zooming it on by the just in my car, Yeah.
Did you have a playlist together?
Yeah, I just sent it to Jesse.
Nice. I'm excited.
3 minutes ago.
We'll talk about the show. I think you guys have a cool concept. So
Yeah.
a little cross promo. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about it somewhere only we know. This could be the end of everything. So why don't we go somewhere only we know? Somewhere only we know. Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're all good.
So, Court, first we just address the stream and then we...
Yeah.
Tired and I need somewhere to begin.
Hey.
Hola. No. We always do the intros in Spanish. You know this.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Try again.
Pincho Gringo.
I hate that you watched like 1 or 2 seasons of Narcos, and
All
now
of them.
all you just say is now it's Pincho Gringo.
I can also say mi peño es muy pequeño.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Drew Absher.
I'm Parker Newman. Today we have special guest Court Hansen. I'm going to introduce him again in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. We do a podcast called Fill My Heart. Parker, give him the rundown. What's it about?
Yeah, so we just reviewed Dr. Phil clips and make fun of them, basically. It's a lot of stuff around mental health, obviously, because it's that / a female 14-year-old rapper show. That's
Yeah,
what
sort
it
of
is.
what it focuses on. But the reason we're talking to you right now is we use a little bit of off-colored language sometimes. I mean, most of the people who are watching this at this point have seen us do it for the last 4 months.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I'm not sure anyone's tuning in randomly anymore. But anyway, get the kids out of the room. Make them go do distance learning in the backyard.
Send them back to school right now.
Tell them vitamin D is good against the coronavirus and get them the fuck outside. Because we're going to have a good time. All right. Let's do this. Let's give it a second of silence here. Hey everybody, welcome into Fill My Heart. My name's Drew Absher.
I'm Parker Newman. Today we have special guest Court Hansen. Give it up for him.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think they were going to...
For some reason, I thought we
How
had...
did you tell people at home to give it up for
I,
Court Hansen?
I thought...
Everyone gives up when they
Just-
see me.
I know, but it is funny though that people at home are going to like instinctively clap their hands because they heard "give it up" for someone. Like we're all just such we're all such
Exactly.
sheep. There's going to be at least one person who does.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Court.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Oh, hanging in there, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Another day,
Yeah.
another podcast. We're
Yup.
white dudes, so we're doing these pretty frequently these days.
Yes.
How's it going, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, just trying to keep as busy as I can, as sane as I can. It's not, it's not easy when the world's collapsing, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
True.
For sure. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, dude.
Of course.
Court, I mean, you kind of just are around town just doing shows, aren't you? Like,
Yeah,
do you still
yeah.
do improv?
No,
No.
I haven't for a long time now.
Why'd you quit improv?
There's a lot of there's a lot of reasons. Most of them you guys are probably already like well aware of as non-improvisers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Hear you loud and clear there. I was afraid we were gonna get you were gonna be like, well, I was accused of rape, and I have to go. Parker, why are we having him on?
No.
Yeah. Well, so Parker's gonna be on your guys' show later. It's you and
Yes.
Corey Behringer, and you guys do Dad Talk. What's it called? Dad Talk Radio.
It's called 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk.
There it
and
is.
It's every Thursday at 6 o'clock. One time it was at 7 o'clock, but the show was still the 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk.
Gotcha.
The
Yeah.
name doesn't change
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
Totally.
time. It's important to establish that.
Yeah.
You just
Um,
changed the coastal region.
Exactly.
It's like when Colbert quit on Comedy Central and they moved at midnight to 11 p.m. and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this? You guys
Yeah,
can't just do that."
Meant I had to see everyone's terrible tweets.
Yeah, right.
Responding to at midnight.
Well,
a half
dude, I
hour
always
earlier.
like my timeline being flooded with hashtag by fucking shit comics. Well, dude, explain the show a little bit. What's the premise?
So Corey and I, we realized that we have this shared love of classic rock
Yeah.
and just like dad rock music in general. So that
Mhm.
includes pretty much anything from like the 50s until the 90s, I'd say. We've included things as recent as like 2006 on it.
Really?
Though.
What's a 2006 Dad Rock song?
Yeah, that's
A
good
late,
choice.
like a late New Order song. When we were
Really?
talking about like,
Okay.
yeah, we had an episode that was late period singles for bands that were around for a long time and continued releasing stuff well into middle age and old age. And so yeah, for that one we had a later New Order song.
What was the New Order song?
I don't even remember which one.
I'm surprised they're considered dad rock. I don't know a lot of New Order. They're more.
Well, I guess they are a part of that like post-punk and new wave, which
Yeah.
I see as an extension of dad rock.
Really?
Anything that like an older guy with like shitty tattoos or a painting on the side of his van that is cool would try and sell you on if you worked at a record store or something. That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I consider it at least. But it's a very shifting goalpost.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of see dad rock as kind of musically illiterate, as opposed to like someone who works at a record shop. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
I
That's
just see
that's an
them-
approach that I think we haven't articulated yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of thinking of my dad. Not that I was like,
Oh, you finally got in contact with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he just said Pink Floyd, best band I've ever seen. Hung up.
And then he hopped back in the van
Yeah.
and sped away.
well, we came in with Black Sabbath. I mean, kind of. Is Black Sabbath dad rock?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about this like indie cover band?
Which one?
It's like an indie supergroup / Black Sabbath cover band. So it's the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Nick Zeiner, and all these
Oh.
people.
You're not talking about Max Sabbath?
No, they're called Master of Rehearsal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, wait, what's the band? Oh yeah, Black Sabbath cover band Rehearsals is the name of the band.
Oh.
And they have an upcoming single, Master of Rehearsal. It's actually like they did a cover of what was Sweet Leaf? Is that Sweet Leaf? They did a cover of Sweet Leaf, and it's
Did they
actually
do the
really
cough
good.
at the beginning?
What's that?
Did they do the cough at the beginning?
They do
Where
like
they're
a lot of yeah, but they also do like riffing before it, which kind of sucked. But the song was actually sounded pretty good, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you know about Max Sabbath, though?
Yeah, I've heard the name. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Les Zeppelin.
No.
The
that's not.
There's
all
also the
Les.
Pizza Underground, which was Macaulay Culkin's Pizza Velvet Underground cover band.
Wait, what does
really?
the pizza have to do with it? It's
It was
Macaulay
lyrics
Culkin, but
about pizza.
oh, it's just him talking about pizza.
Which him being a former child star.
yeah.
Maybe
doesn't-
there is
yeah.
some messaging
Yeah,
there, but
there's some dude on Reddit who's connected all those dots.
yeah, it's me.
Max Sabbath, though, it's a McDonald's themed Black Sabbath cover band.
I don't get what is that? What the fuck is that about?
They're really good. Like they're really talented. Like at what they do, and they come through Sacramento every year. You know?
Yeah, so wait, is the point just kind of being like tongue in cheek?
Well, they parody all the songs.
Bun and
though.
What?
Bun and cheese.
Bun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand why that's appealing.
It's just.
I also
random.
don't get like Trans-Siberia Orchestra either.
Yeah.
I
Have you
bet-
ever hung out with someone who just puts that on? Like,
Yeah,
they're
dude.
like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is my favorite music," and it's
Yeah.
like July.
Yeah, I hate when people think it's even like appropriate during Christmas time. I'm like, this is just like, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
I'm
mean,
also,
you just-
I also listen to rap, which is kind of it. Like, there's no cover songs in rap.
Yeah, true.
You know, so-
Sampling though.
There's
Sampling is heavy,
remixes,
but
those
remixes,
are
but
pretty awful for the most part.
well, I mean, like if they do like a fresh remix, I hate when they do like this is the official remix and it's just like the original person's verse and then other people's verses added on. That's stupid. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of bizarre. I don't know. I can't.
I wonder if the guy from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs is the same one who's in Head Wound City, which is
I mean, dude, this is what this podcast is all about. I mean,
That's
we
Headland
kind of
City.
disguise it. We kind of disguise it as a Dr. Phil podcast, but we really just get into like indie rock most of the time.
Very
Yeah, Parker,
different
it's-
cover bands.
It's a dude from Interpol.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. God, what? I know his name. I know his. Fucking,
It's just one of the people. I mean,
Oh, I only know. Starts,
let's see. Interpol's Brad Trow on guitar.
oh yeah, no, that's not the main singer.
What a bad last name.
Trow.
Yeah.
True
Dude,
X.
just be a cool rapper and take the U out and just be Brad Trax.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's
or he
tight.
could be a country singer, be Brad Trucks.
That's true, but that's dumb. Trax is tight, you know, like in like Bubba Sparks with the two X's at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
That'd be cool if country singers started doing shitty names like that. They just started doing, yeah, like I like that, Brad Trucks. They were just super meta.
I want to say his name's Corey, but I don't think it's Corey.
You're still hung up
Yeah,
on the
I'm
dude
still
from
hung up.
Interpol
No,
that is
this
not
is
the
gonna
guy we were talking
fucking-
about?
This is gonna kill me.
Do you
the
just
whole
want to look it
episode.
up?
No, because then I'm gonna.
No, we'll just do it just so I can get you back into Dr. Phil land.
Interpol. It's gotta be singer/bassist.
No, can we just look up the International Crime Police Organization?
Yeah, sure. Let's go it. Let's do it. I mean,
Yeah.
how many hits do you think they have compared to the band?
Wow, look at this. I'm looking at the Interpol, the public police, or the global police, and it says the leader is Hillary Clinton. Huh. I didn't know that. Interesting. Daniel Kessler,
No, that's not it.
Paul Banks.
Yep, Paul Banks. That's
Does that
it.
say Carlos
Fuck, I'm
Danger?
stupid.
Yeah, dude, that's tight. It's Anthony Weiner. I don't think a lot of people know about that.
Is that Jeffrey Epstein on bass?
Yeah, it is. That whole Anthony Weiner thing, him going by Carlos Danger, does not get the respect it deserves.
No, or
Yeah.
I think we've just kind of collectively forgotten pre-Trump embarrassing
Well, dude,
political stuff.
Yeah,
True.
but like people, we need to hold on to Anthony Weiner for dear life. First off, he's the horniest man to ever live.
He is, except for maybe Jeffrey Epstein.
But Jeffrey,
But he's not
Epstein-
living anymore.
But
That's
I
true.
kind of buy into the line of thinking that Jeffrey Epstein was like doing most of it to like gain political
for the
power.
blackmail
Yeah.
aspect. I think about that too. I think he's just a useful.
Yeah.
I think he's a useful pervert.
Yeah, I think that he kind of was just a billionaire who was like, "Oh, look at this! All these people are fucking kids." I first off, he doesn't mind. Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mind fucking kids, and so he's like, "Well, I'll jump on board, and also I'll use it as blackmail to gain political
Do you
power."
know how he became a billionaire though?
No, I
I
thought
mean,
no one did.
He was exactly.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
just picked out of obscurity to teach at this like elite New York high school. Or
College, Hudson College.
yeah.
Yeah. But do you know who hired him?
It was Wexner.
No, it was Bill Barr's dad. The current
Oh yeah,
Attorney General.
yeah. Was it Henry Barr?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, this is just going to become a
This goes
a
so
QAnon
much-
podcast.
yeah.
Actually,
This
Yeah.
goes so much deeper than I bet that is Phil on the airplane logs.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me,
man.
but oh shit, I'm glad
What
you
if
brought
Robin
that up,
was,
dude.
but
I'm
not-
so glad you brought that up, Court. Dude, I was reading Blind Items because I'm a fucking dork.
Oh yeah, which site?
Whatever.
that?
Blind Items are like, they're like supposed to. They originated as like celebrity gossip that
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
like anonymous. So it'd be like agents would just post all this like celebrity gossip, and it'd be like, "You'll never believe who a certain Hollywood star is having an affair with. Let's
Right.
just say his wife from the show Friends isn't going to
Oh,
be."
like Global Inquirer or something, or
National
a,
Enquirer.
A little bit,
A
but
little
it's
bit
more
more-
accurate
Yeah,
and
it's-
less sensationalist. It's
Oh.
more just like, it would be like a young male actor popular on a CW sitcom has been arrested with,
Oh.
Yeah.
something on his hard drive.
Right. It was
Wow.
on a Crazy Day and Nights.
Okay, yeah, that's. I've listened to that guy on some other podcasts.
Yeah.
He's
Um,
interesting guy.
Dude, so this guy, you saw Jake Paul get his house raided by the FBI.
Yeah, and no one.
It was on this website like 2 hours before
Mhm.
that it was going to happen.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, or that like they were like famous YouTubers, like actually a huge drug dealer and has a ton of guns in his house.
Holy shit.
So, but dude, this one is from the same day. This was posted at 6:30 a.m. And we can only draw our best guesses on
Same
this
day
one.
as what?
It was the same day as the Jake Paul one.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, during their marriage, this celebrity doctor didn't tell his wife the true value of the huge deal he signed within the last decade, just in case they decide to split.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. So I'm
Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
How could
It's
you?
Dr. Oz. No, I don't. I really. It's hard to tell who it is, but it does sound like Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
so.
there's not many male doctor figures like that anymore.
Yeah.
There's
I'm glad you
Drew
brought
and-
that up,
Drew
Court.
and
I don't
Phil.
think women should be allowed to go to medical school.
No, did Phil?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
You can ask us any Dr. Phil related
Yeah.
question. We have the answer to
Is
it.
he on the flight logs?
I don't. He is not.
He's not.
But Parker brought it up on our Patreon a couple days ago. Parker is under the impression that Dr. Phil asked for show funding from the Department of Defense,
Yeah.
and they told him no because he is too serious about PTSD.
Yeah.
Huh.
I can't find it anywhere. I did some more digging after you told me that.
Really?
Yeah, and I still couldn't find anything. But
Hmm.
it could just be one of those things like you heard it on a podcast.
Yeah.
So, that stuff just kind of spreads, and who knows.
True.
What network is he on?
CBS. And CBS Viacom, and we only know that because they keep taking our fucking videos off YouTube.
Okay, see?
So, yeah.
That means that you guys are onto something.
Yeah, I think maybe bringing up that blind item was not the best idea. He's going to
we
really
need to
come
check and see if they're about to raid our.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is like nothing about what I read was criminal. It's only going against Robin. If it was Dr. Phil, who knows? It might be Dr. Oz or something. No joke.
Yeah.
So
Man, that'd be crazy. There was a Dr. Phil episode where he was on the phone still, and he said, "Damn it, Prince Andrew, take me off that fly list. God damn it."
God damn it. I'm going by my stage name, Carlos Danger. When was this? Oh boy. All right. So I just Googled to see when Dr. Phil got his last deal, and it was how about a fucking date on this thing? 2018. So okay, well that does seem like it really does implicate him in that blind item. Dude, that's not good for us though. He's only through 2023, so we really got to hit it big before he goes off the air.
So that you
Yeah.
can keep him afloat.
Yeah, right. It is kind of our responsibility. It's like, you know how like at first, like your parents take care of you, and then towards the end of their life, you take care of them. That's the kind of predicament me and Parker in. Is like,
Danielle Berjoli said that she made Dr. Phil, but she didn't know about us.
yeah, no, she had no idea.
She doesn't know who's really
Yeah,
pulling
she didn't
the
know what was
strings.
coming. We should see if we can get her on the show.
Huh, that's interesting.
I mean, I know that she's like way more fucking famous than us, but she seems like she would do anything for attention.
That is a good point.
I wonder if she's on Cameo. I bet she's on Cameo.
If
Yeah,
someone
let's
does a
check it.
cameo and you stream it onto your own broadcast, who owns the cameo?
It's you.
Because you paid for
Yeah,
it?
you paid for it.
Nice. So you can do anything you want with it. You can put a deep fake.
Yeah, right. Oh no, all of these are about DMX making a surprise cameo in Danielle
man.
Berjoli's new music video.
Dude, we should.
Okay, come on, get the fuck out of here. People also ask what cup size is Danielle Berjoli. I want to make it very clear I am not clicking on that.
Yeah. Well, she's a kid.
Yeah,
Which is
right.
weird.
That's what I mean.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, she's only 17.
Oh. Who is she?
The Cash Me Outside
Cash Me
girl.
Outside girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad Baby, as you might also know her.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like if she had a cameo though, she would like we could get her to fucking say she loves ISIS. Like
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Well,
that.
here's a developing story. Daniel Peskowitz Berjoli.
Oh, holy
Uh-oh, we
shit.
got a Jew girl, Parker.
No fucking
Maybe
way.
you guys end up together. Maybe
I-
you make your family proud.
I believe they're referred to as Jew broads.
Yeah,
not
whatever.
Jew girls.
Yeah.
According to Goodfellas.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Danielle Peskowitz Berjoli. born in Boynton Beach, Florida.
No.
Mm.
I thought she was Italian. I assumed.
She's Italian and Jewish, dude. The
no
two.
fucking way.
Yeah.
I forget those exist. They shouldn't be.
Italian Jews.
I forget. Yeah. Is this gabagool kosher?
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
shouldn't exist. It's,
You don't like Italians. That's
yeah.
Yeah. Well, so Court, did you kind of explain the show a little bit? Like, what's the structure of it?
For Dad Rock.
Yeah.
So we just we kind of alternate every other week. We have a guest where we will ask them what band or artist or producer or album or really anything they want to talk about that they feel like they could talk about at length.
Yeah.
And then they will put together a YouTube playlist of their favorite songs, and then depending on the flow of the conversation, Jesse will, queue up songs, and then we'll listen to them like a minute, however long we can, without getting copyright.
yeah.
Yeah, which I don't think we figured out yet. And then the other times it'll be just me and Corey, and those ones will be a little more conceptual. That's when it'll be like late singles or singles that didn't chart or albums people haven't heard of, stuff that's
Yeah.
a little more.
A little more deep
I
cut.
want to ask
Yeah.
you, I might ask this again on the actual podcast, but what do you think's the most underrated dad rock band? Because I have something in mind.
Underrated, like they deserve the most stardom or like critically misunderstood? Because I think those are two kind of different.
Yeah, I'd say
Different argument.
both then.
Okay. I would say Grateful Dead is the most critically misunderstood,
Okay,
but not necessarily
misunderstood.
underrated
Not
because they're
underrated.
obviously huge.
Yeah.
But underrated, I would say. A group called the Millennium. That's easy.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
There's a sunshine pop group from the mid and late '60s called the Millennium, and they're really
Okay.
good, and more people should know them.
Yeah, I didn't even know. That's interesting. I was thinking more, mine's like Flock of Seagulls.
Oh yeah,
Because they're just known as a one-hit wonder
Mhm.
when their first 3 albums are fucking amazing.
are they?
Every
I've
single
never
song
done a
is,
deep
like,
dive
perfect.
on them. Nice.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would say something like Def Leppard.
Def Leppard
AC/DC.
rules.
just watch Court realize your whole episode today is going to be a flunk.
No, I'd be happy to talk about Def Leppard.
No, but Parker just thinks they're like totally underrated and they're one of the biggest dad rock bands
this
ever.
underground
Yeah.
band called Led
Parker's like,
Zeppelin.
here's my favorite Iron Maiden song, "Run to the Hills." And you guys are just like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who we're doing on the episode is Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
We asked Parker, and he said Iron Maiden.
That's your favorite dad rock band?
I was going to do that. I didn't know if really Elton John would count.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, too late, dude. It's already been advertised as an Iron Maiden show.
Yeah. No, I do Iron Maiden. In though I'd say, like, my dad doesn't know who Iron Maiden
That's
is
okay.
probably. But,
Yeah.
Corey and I are not dads, so
Yeah.
that's a big part of it too. We don't have.
Are you
children.
you mentioned the Grateful Dead. Are you a Deadhead?
I'm not a Deadhead, but I am a big fan of the Grateful Dead. But like, I don't go to see shows or go on tours or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So I don't, out of respect for the people who put a lot of money and
Sure,
time
yeah,
into
yeah.
making themselves Deadheads, I
Yeah.
just really
You-
appreciate the music
right.
and do emotionally connect with it. But I think that Deadheads are kind of their own.
Yeah.
So
for
you're
sure.
you're a Deadhead sympathizer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not-
Yes.
you're an
Yeah. I'm a-
apologist.
Yeah. You don't want to
Dead.
stolen valor the Deadhead.
exactly. Yeah. I'm like a
Um,
Vichy Deadhead.
Dude, I never understood Grateful Dead, but I saw Dead and Company a few years back.
Oh, you saw him.
And I finally understood it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I totally get why people fucking do this.
Yeah.
I totally get why you would follow this band on tour. It's like, it was just like a fucking awesome. They played for like 25, 30 minutes, and it was fucking badass. And then Metallica came out after them.
Whoa, really? This was like
was
a festival?
Well, it was a. It was like a what's the word? Like a fundraiser show.
Oh, okay.
When Napa had all those
Mhm.
fires, so it was like.
Give me fuel, give me fire.
Yeah, dude, that's what my dad said they should. That's what my
right.
dad was hoping Metallica opened with, is Fuel.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
great.
Dad, stop! They're not going to open with Fuel, dude. They got like, dude,
they?
it was
Bob
it was,
Rock era?
Yeah, yeah, dude, it was fucking badass. Like, the first band, it was either NoFX or Rancid.
Whoa.
I think it was
That's
Rancid.
such a weird festival.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I don't think
Rancid.
that NoFX would ever share a bill with the Dead.
Dude,
Yeah.
NoFX. It was. I think it was Rancid. It was Rancid, and then the rapper G-Eazy.
Okay.
Hold on, buckle in, buddy. Dave Matthews,
Yeah.
great, Dead and Company, and Metallica.
Wow.
Weirdest thing.
Did Dave Matthews guest with Dead and Company? I'd be surprised
Nah,
if he
he-
didn't,
he
because
brought-
he's
what's
also
his-
part of that like jam band circuit.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
brought, what's that
follow
guy's
him
name?
so much.
Tom.
Morello.
Tom
Tom
Morello.
DeLonge.
It was actually both of them. It was Tom Morello and Tom DeLonge. Dave couldn't keep up. No, he brought like one of the dudes that he makes music with. I forget what his
Okay.
name is. Dude, I'm surprised he didn't get booed off the stage. To
Who,
be,
Dave Matthews?
yeah, Dave Matthews.
he's-
Because like he was like following G-Eazy's energy, who's like
Yeah,
throwing
that's
champagne into the crowd, and then like just was a huge lull. Like the seats were completely empty. It was bad billing, to be honest. But
yeah.
it was cool because they were bringing out like Bay Area sports stars in between.
Oh, that's cool.
So then, like, it was like Barry Bonds introduced Metallica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was Barry Bonds, and then who brought out Dead and Company? I think it was Joe Montana or Steve Young, one of those two. And
Really?
then, yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was awesome.
It
and
wasn't
then, like,
the basketball guy.
Steph wasn't there.
No,
It was
no.
in season.
Shoot, what's his name? There's the Grateful Dead guy who's a
Oh, Luke Walton or Bill Walton.
Bill Walton. Yeah, it
Bill
wasn't
Walton.
Bill Walton.
No.
Okay.
Bill Walton, I think it was during basketball season, so he was like, well, he does like broadcasting stuff, so I'm sure he had some obligation. But
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, it was really cool because you just like no one knew about the sports stars, so like me and my dad are just like, oh shit, look it's Buster Posey bringing out Dave Matthews,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool, and then we're like, holy shit, is that Steve Young? And then we're like, holy fuck, is that Barry Bonds? Like, is that the greatest living baseball player of all time right there? It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So, but yeah, dude, Dave Matthews, I was a Dave Matthews fan. Like, you know, like I liked his popular shit.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oof, like this is what you do in concert. You just go, hello, everybody. Oh. It's just like strumming just 3 chords the entire time.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
not
this sucks,
not
dude.
my thing.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
South
know.
African.
Is he?
Yeah.
That explains
was-
a lot.
I always like that story. Wasn't it his band who dumped a bunch of shit on people?
Oh yeah, there's a handful of
Yeah, that's
there's a
badass,
handful of
dude.
poop stories with
Yeah,
Dave
do you know that
Matthews.
story?
No.
Dave Matthews' tour bus like emptied out its like tank off a bridge, and it just covered an entire boat of people in
Jeez.
Dave Matthews shit. Yeah,
Holy fuck.
but
that's
there is a
amazing.
Dave Matthews story that's cool about him when his bike broke down. Have you heard that story?
No, I haven't.
He was like, I guess that like one thing he likes to do is bring like a 10-speed with him, because you know that's what a guy
gross.
that's what a guy who would like Dave Matthews would do. So that's what Dave Matthews does as well. But he like brings a 10-speed on tour with him and like exercises, and he like broke down. He got like a flat, and then a couple pulled over on the side of the road to like help him, not knowing it was Dave Matthews. And then they were like, "Holy shit, you're Dave Matthews. We have tickets to your show tonight." And he's like, "Oh, well, like since you guys stopped me, like I'll give you guys like backstage passes or whatever, and like let them come backstage and take pictures with the whole." I'm just gonna call them the E Street Band. I know they're not, but I think that that's appropriate. Dave Matthews and the E Street Band's a
It's
much
the
better
Dave
band.
Matthews Band.
yeah, I know, but I like Dave Matthews and the E Street Band. I like
Yeah.
that more. But yeah, that's a cool Dave Matthews story. Anyone else got Parker? Any Dave Matthews lore you'd like to
I
share?
literally know nothing about. I think he did a cover of Cortez the Killer by Neil Young, but that might be someone else.
You don't know anything else about Dave Matthews?
Literally nothing.
Bless your heart.
So, Court, to cue you in, last week we did an episode.
Here, you want to see if we can find like the preview for it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do they have that, like the 30-second?
Yeah,
It's this guy, he said he's schizophrenic and, like, he had cancer. Really, he's a hypochondriac, but his family isn't all that supportive.
But you're forgetting the most important part. Is he's a male
Oh, yeah,
model
he's
who's like gonna lose his career
Yeah.
if he like doesn't get it together. Here you go. Oh wait, first we gotta ask Court questions and
yeah,
we gotta
yeah,
do an
true.
ad read and shit. So you want to ask him the question?
Yeah. What's your relationship like with your father? I mean, Dr. Phil. What's your?
I really don't know that much about Dr. Phil other than that he's been a constant cultural presence, kind of a joke cultural presence.
Yeah.
Like he's in the opening scene of Scary Movie 4
Right.
Is it
with
4 or
Shaquille.
5?
It's 4
Okay.
with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And they're in the Saw basement.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's trying to encourage him to, make the basket and disable the Saw trap, but
Yeah.
he can't do it because Shaquille O'Neal was famously bad at that.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah. I remember that. I
so
got
that
confused. Scary Movie 5 is Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg at the beginning.
Oh,
Really?
Just the weirdest fucking thing. It's so bad. But yeah. So you're kind of just like peripherally
Yeah,
aware.
and I guess I follow the weirder trends in like self-help. I follow those on a macro scale.
Yeah.
I pay attention to like what the weird personalities are that are making their name in self-help. But Dr. Phil himself, I've never done a deep dive into.
Yeah.
Um,
So like Jordan Peterson or like
what about Jordan Peterson?
Parker just
self-help.
always brings him up, man. He
Oh.
just cannot get enough
like
of
yeah,
that guy.
who in self help are you in?
Parker's room,
Oh, I don't.
spotless.
I don't like self-help.
Oh, you don't.
No,
okay,
no.
that
I'm
makes
more. I'm
sense.
more saying that
You
like,
don't because I was kind of
I pay attention to it as a market
Yeah.
that I find very disturbing and weird.
Okay, that makes more sense because I'm like. Wait,
Yeah, no.
did he just say-
I don't like self-help
Yeah.
stuff at all. I think it's
No, same.
dangerous
Yeah.
to try and like.
Yeah, I say pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, I say that a bunch, dude. I just really want people to take responsibility. I talk about accountability a lot too. That's something that I do.
Yeah.
It's personal responsibility.
Same.
Yeah.
Anyway, I better get my fucking $1,200. Otherwise, I'm gonna.
yeah. Yeah, and if the government doesn't send me another stimulus check soon, I will be killing myself. All right, dude. This episode is brought to you by Seattle Gummy Company. Parker?
Maca shots. I cannot see from here.
Okay, well, that's not good for the rest of the episode. When you need to be alert and focused fast, Maca Shots high energy gummies work 5 times faster than coffee at half the price. The combination of active ingredients improves focus. 100% true. I'm on them right now. If you guys can't see, my fucking pupils are ginormous. I feel like I'm at a rave. I'm going absolute fucking batshit. Jesse's going to hold one up in front of the screen. Yeah, that's what they look like right there. They actually do fucking work, man. It's like I wouldn't be selling you guys
Yeah.
anything that
They're
doesn't
also
work.
vegan and are they keto? They might be.
Yeah,
keto.
dude, I'd
Yeah.
say it all. I don't give a shit.
I know they're vegan.
It's not my brand. I don't really
But-
give a fuck. Yeah, dude, they're keto, they're vegan, they're meat free.
Yeah,
they're
that's
also
the thing.
they
Thing is
also
vegan.
they also have meat in them, which is something crazy that happens if you're not a fan of vegans. They're gluten free. They have a ton of gluten. Whatever you like, man. They have it all. Yeah, it's a fast absorbing gummy that works 3 times faster as it absorbs in the mouth and throat. Parker, make a joke about absorbing in the throat. Go ahead.
Giggity. Oh wait,
Okay.
that's not my joke. That's
Yeah,
Family
no.
Guy.
Okay,
Fuck.
great way to kick off a road trip, workout, or I think we talked about it last time. I do a little combo with the Blue Chew and just fuck everything. I'm fucking couches now. That's something
Yeah.
I've been doing.
That's good. Couches can't say no.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I
Maca shot.
fucked a cheese grater the other night.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
dude.
Isn't that a Sopranos thing?
Is it?
Yeah. Did
Did he cheese grate someone's dick?
No, he wanted that to happen though.
He wanted?
Yeah.
Like he wanted it to happen to him?
I might be thinking of something else.
I
don't
feel
know.
like one time someone was like, "Hey, do you watch The Sopranos?" And you said, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Oh, that scene where Tony cheese grates his own dick," and you've just believed that actually happened for the rest of time.
it's on the podcast. But
Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, the chocolate in them, the Ginkgo, yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Ginkgo and chocolate counteract the negative side effects of caffeine. I'm not gonna say that I swear by this stuff, but I definitely agree. Like, I do not feel like the.
I swear by it. Fuck this centrist bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
swear
Sorry.
by it.
Yeah, you're right. I was too middle ground there. I was really trying to win votes there. No. Yeah. It just the chocolate in it. I'll be frank with everybody at home. It throws you off a little bit to have a gummy chocolate. No doubt about it. You're
Yeah.
going like, what the fuck? I didn't know chocolate was supposed to be in gummies. It really isn't supposed to be, but it does this. It does it to counteract the caffeine, which is brilliant. Shout out to Seattle Gummy Company for
Yeah.
that. It works fast. It gets into your blood about 3 minutes, and then you drive a school bus off a cliff, man. That's what it's all about. All right, use promo code FillMyHeart15 for 15% off
Yeah.
at checkout, and it wets me and Parker's beak a little bit. We see a little kick down from that 15%.
Yeah, use the code. Otherwise, it literally does nothing to help us, and you're
Yeah.
just helping yourself be more alert for
Right.
nothing.
Here's what you do. You get your own shipment of of the gummies. Then you eat all of them at one time, and then you go knocking on doors house to house trying to get them to use the promo code. That's what you
Yeah.
do if you're really a fan of the podcast. And whoever does that the most gets a free Patreon
Yeah.
subscription. So
Also, find out who killed Dr. Phil's first wife.
yeah, do that. Try to figure that out too.
Yeah.
Debbie Higgins, rest
Yeah,
in power.
and someone please kill his second wife. That would be great.
All right, that is not good for the ad read. Film Hour 15, SeattleGummyCompany.com. All right, let's get into the fucking episode. Here you go, Court. Here's a little preview, and to catch everyone maybe at home who didn't see what happened, here's what you missed.
From supermodel to
I truly believe I have schizophrenia.
He spends 10 hours a day Googling what could be wrong with his health.
Dude, that guy's clearly using Seattle Gummy Companies. 10 hours with all that focus?
I
No
don't
doubt.
know. He has a lot of jitters and crash. I'd say he isn't.
Yeah. But that's because of the cancer and the schizophrenia he has, man.
Yeah, true.
Had lung cancer. Then you thought you looked jaundice.
I have a friggin' symptom every day.
but he's his family.
Blake's a real bad hypochondriac.
We know you more than anyone. More than anyone.
Okay, but how does that rule out me being schizophrenic?
Because you're not.
Making matters worse.
It's like a drug addict getting a fix. Stop doing it.
Next, Dr. Phil.
All right. So that kind of catches you up.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
see, you can kind of sense
Yeah.
the general tone
Yeah.
here.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm sure the
In
listeners
the
might.
first
If
part of
you
this, were
want-
people surprised that someone could log on and convince themselves that they're mentally ill?
Yeah, no, I think that most people kind of have chalked it up to like, hey, if you keep Googling for 10 hours a day symptoms of schizophrenia, you're most likely going to convince yourself you have schizophrenia.
Yeah, very true.
It's like COVID, man. It's like every time I go look at COVID symptoms, I'm like, dude, I've had it 18 times. There's no doubt about it at this point.
Yeah.
So the clips we're going to watch today, we're going to meet his girlfriend, who just is an absolute, as hot as you can be, really, because like this guy's a male model.
Yeah.
And then
And so was his brother, or is he just...
I don't know, dude. I think his brother strikes me as like Instagram influencer fitness guy.
Yeah, true.
That's his brother, by the way, that you're looking at right there, Court.
Oh, okay.
But
Are
yeah,
we
his
not
bro-
getting a full screen this episode?
no,
Come
we,
on, buddy.
No, we are. This is not the clip we're watching.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So I got to click this eventually. So we're about to meet his girlfriend here, and then we're also. I kind of wish you knew Dr. Phil, because we're going to get into one of Dr. Phil's weirdest like sidekicks is Dr. Charles Sophie,
Okay.
who me and Parker have hypothesized is like a almost like an evil villain in like Batman who like forces everyone to go to Arkham Asylum. Like that's the vibe he gives off.
Okay.
Is,
Like
maniacal.
a mad doctor.
Yeah, what's
kind
the
of
what's
thing.
the yeah what's the
Scarecrow?
No, the other dude. In Gotham, he's played by B.D. Wong. No one. All right,
I haven't
He-
watched
he-
Gotham.
it's a good show.
He just strikes me as like someone who used to be a Nazi, then covered it up. Like his real name was like Charles Sophie Heidenberger. or
Yeah,
something.
I could see that. Yeah, he's got like that vibe.
I do like sidekicks on these kinds of shows, so I think I get what you're saying.
Dude, you got to
I
check
have
out.
some.
You got to check out Mike Bear. That's our favorite
Yeah.
sidekick. He's just this real brute guy that
Mhm.
calls himself a life coach, but like he's the dumbest person that you could ever talk to.
Okay.
Just all of his problems are like, well, you just got to get out more. It's like that's his solution to everything. All right, there's power in language. Dr. Phil tells guest.
Blake,
By the way, man, that's the kind of medical degree you're going to need to come up with. There's power in language.
and I have a healthy relationship, but with what Blake's going through, it can be hard sometimes. I first learned about Blake's issues by accident about a year ago. Blake was living in Mexico for modeling, and he texted
Dude, what?
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, I found out about it by accident. How do you?
Yeah, come on.
She's like, I really didn't want to know that he was mentally ill. That makes him so less hot.
me saying, would a 28-year-old be developing schizophrenia? The text was meant for his mom, but it went to me. I was confused because
Oh, what a liar.
What?
Dude, this guy clearly like wanted to tell her that he was like losing it, that he thought he was schizophrenic, but
Yeah.
like couldn't do it. So he's like, sorry, babe, that was for my mom. Fucking liar.
I'm just
Everyone's
going
done
through
that.
a really hard time right now.
Did you guys
so-
ever do that when you like told a girl you had a crush on her? And like via
Oh.
text
Oh, and then you
message?
go, oh, sorry, that was for my mom.
Yeah. Or you go, oh, my friend stole my phone, sorry. And
Yeah.
she like doesn't reply.
I know what schizophrenia is, and Blake is so far from having that. Now,
Trust me, I know what it is. By the way, I'm trying to get to Reno, and I really need.
Schizophrenia is is all we talk about. He would send me videos of people that have schizophrenia, and he didn't exhibit any of this.
That was just a man jerking off on a bus. That was there was no proof that man was schizophrenic.
Same behaviors that anyone in the videos had. Blake has never had any hallucinations and has never had any delusions, at least that I know of. I've seen
How would you know if he was having hallucinations?
Yeah.
Blake have maybe 4 or 5 panic attacks. A couple months ago, he was texting me that he was afraid he was slipping into a psychosis. He wanted to sign himself into a mental hospital. There are some days where I'm having a bad day and it won't get addressed.
Yeah, I feel like people with schizophrenia aren't that self-aware of what's happening.
Of course not,
I
man.
think by nature.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what the diagnosis is. Did I tell you about the kid that I knew that was schizophrenic?
No.
Dude, he was this kid that I went to high school with, and then like brilliant kid. Both of his parents are like civil engineers. He was like all honors freshman and sophomore year.
Hated technology. Really, really hated it.
His parents were at Cal Berkeley for
Yeah.
a couple years, and then they moved to a
I just
log
thought, hey,
cabin
this
they
guy-
Oh,
built.
started sending letters.
I just thought this guy's some dumb Pollock, but turns out he's actually quite smart.
Had a brother who seemed a little bit like a snitch, but that's besides the point. No, dude, he was a
Big sunglasses guy, always in a hoodie.
always was hanging out by the Hotel Marshall downtown here. I don't really know what happened to him, but anyway, more power to him, Ted. No, dude, was just like a fucking brilliant kid, and then started like smoking weed sophomore year. By the way, this is not like anti-weed rhetoric.
Right.
I'm just telling exactly what happened. And then like started doing like a ton of LSD and mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like just became schizophrenic like our senior year of high school.
Oh, I know exactly.
And then like me and my bunch of friends, like he was a friend of a friend, and we went up to Tahoe for a weekend, and his like parents like begged us to take him with us. They were like, we'll even like buy you another hotel room so you guys have a
Oh,
little bit more
wow.
space and stuff. And we were all kind of like on the fence about it. And then like my friend was like, hey, I'm just gonna say yeah, right? So when he says yeah, my friends start doing like Molly in the hotel room.
Okay.
And they're like chopping it up on the room service menu. And this kid's like, hey, can I have some? And my friends are smart, so they're like, absolutely not. I'm not going to give someone with schizophrenia drugs.
Right.
And he steals the binder that the room service menu and starts licking the fucking Molly powder off of it.
Oh my god.
And my friends are like pissed off at him. And then they go to the hotel. He blows all of his money in like 3 hands of blackjack.
Oh.
And then starts going around the casino asking people for money.
Oh my god.
Which in a casino is like,
yeah.
you get kicked out of the hotel for doing that
Good
shit.
God.
You know what I mean? And then he fucking calls his dad. His dad fucking wires him $500.
What?
And then he blows it in like an hour.
Oh my god, dude. That's
Crazy.
sad.
Yeah, yeah. And then they had to like 5150 him
Jeez.
that night. Like he lost his shit, and they had to like call an ambulance.
Why
for
didn't
him.
he just become a male model?
I don't know,
Aren't all
man.
these
I
people
kind of said
hot?
that's all I kept saying to him. Was I was like, come on, man, you're just not putting in enough work. Anyway.
Because we're only talking about schizophrenia and how he feels. It can be very frustrating.
All right, now can you take your shopping cart off the stage?
Now, he was asking us earlier if this was a recycling center, and we said no, just of shitty advice.
What time does he spend focused on this when he's with you?
Some days are better than others. There are days.
Maxie, what a hot girl name.
Yeah, it's weird because she's hot, but she's not what I was expecting. I was expecting like a plastic surgery, like, you know.
No, she's just like naturally beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the Chiron here. It says her boyfriend can't stop Googling illnesses, which is either an A, an hypochondriac, or B, a medical student.
Yeah.
Where this is all we talk about. We don't talk about anything
Yeah.
else.
Or
besides
like
that.
a hypochondriac medical student.
Yeah,
like
that-
they talk to patients like, oh shit, I have that too. That's crazy. Like every time.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to write you a prescription and then one for me.
Well, your blood pressure seems pretty high. Same, bro.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna
like,
do mine next.
yeah, they give him the stethoscope. They're like, can you do me, please?
They're like, look, I know that prostate exams are normally an A-B thing, but I think
He's like, go ahead and turn around and take your pants off. And then he turns back around and the doctor's also pantless.
that.
What would happen if you just refused to engage and just refused to talk about it?
I think he just gets really, like, in a really down mood.
Okay, and then what happens?
if I don't give him reassurance. I mean, I do give him reassurance because when I see him in such a
I have a feeling all they do is give each other reassurance.
Yeah, totally.
low mood, it's hard not to.
You understand why it's critically important that you not do that, right? And he may get down, as you say, and
Yeah.
he might have a panic attack or whatever, and that's okay.
Why are you whispering on your own show?
He's like, don't tell this fucking weirdo next to me. But he's like sitting in between them. He's all fucking dumb brains over here doesn't get it. But
Yeah, let
just
him let him spin his wheels. Just let him tire himself out.
like he's a fucking lab puppy. He's all let him run around the backyard for a couple minutes. He'll get the hang of it.
Look,
He's all tuckered out, isn't he? Here
Look at
comes
him.
the-
He's panting. Get him some water.
look, he can't see us if we're completely still. So just
He's all, I don't know. How about you and me get out of here? I think we make a good couple.
It's like the world's not going to end.
Yeah.
You've had panic attacks, right?
I have.
And what happens when you have a panic attack?
I mean, it's hell for 20, 30 minutes. I'll
Yeah.
break down, cry my eyes out.
Then what happens?
And then I have to go do a shoot for Gucci, and then everything's all better.
And I go to work for 7 hours.
Yeah.
And
Oh, still has a day job. Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
a
what?
waiter. Remember?
oh yeah, that's
His
right.
brother said he's a server.
come home, and I'm usually more relaxed.
So my point is, when you have a panic attack, you can completely pass out, but the worst that's going to happen is you're going to wake up and go, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I better get on to work. It's like the world doesn't come to an end,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's terrifying. I have no joy in me at all.
There's power in language.
I want to hear the follow-up to this.
No, that's probably just it. He just recites like some weird George Carlin bit that he saw.
And if I had your internal dialogue, I wouldn't be yucking it up much either. Your language is
Dr. Phil's all, just to be honest with you, it sounds kind of like you don't have much clanging around in that brain of yours. Are you kind of stupid? Be honest.
catastrophic. You say this is horrible. It's not horrible.
No, fuck that, dude. He's such a shit therapist. You don't tell people how to feel. You're
Yeah.
supposed to just help people cope with how they feel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, and like
Don't say
Dr.
that
Phil
it's-
is still not addressing what the real problem is that this guy is just anxious and a hypochondriac.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's fair to like downplay his panic attacks.
No,
You know, that-
right. Well, like this whole thing is, dude, Court, you missed it on the first episode, dude. At one point, Dr. Phil asks him, what's the funniest movie he's seen recently?
What did he say?
Zoolander, of fucking course, because he's a male model and he's a hack. But
Oh.
like,
Oh yeah, that took me a sec to.
yeah, like the Ben Stiller movie. But like, dude, like this guy, like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything, man? Like, what are you doing? You're just wasting this guy's time. Like, there's no professionalism here at all.
No, it's as soon as you guys brought up the phrase "there's power in language," it started making me think about the like occult symbols and kind of occult intent behind a lot of self-help stuff.
Yeah.
And that is a thing. It's like that there's a power in repeating phrases like that
Yeah.
you can manifest things into being real. And we talked a lot about Epstein and various like
Yeah.
the way power moves upwards in this country. And so if you take it that Dr. Phil is a similar sort of psychic vampire who is trying to, through the power of the occult, mold America's minds into just this like broken self-help
Yeah.
consumer, I think that's significant.
Yeah. Well, there's two different Dr. Phils. Well, there's three. There's three real Dr.
But
Phils.
which one is the real one? He just-
What's your birthday? The Dr. Phil, if you go back years, and me and Parker have discussed this ad nauseum with the audience, so sorry if you're hearing it again, but he really does care about people early on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's doing therapeutic stuff that is like really helping people, sending drug addicts to rehab instead of like laughing at them, which is kind of what it's become now. Then there's a second Dr. Phil that capitalizes off of what happened with Danielle Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl, where he's just trying to make these viral videos.
So it was that late on that he made the switch?
Yeah, because I think that is like right. So Danielle Brzoli happened in what, 2014 maybe?
14? No
Yeah.
fucking way.
She was 13. So 2016.
Yeah, I was thinking
2016, Danielle Brzoli happens, and that's right about the time where I think Dr. Phil's production team got into this place where they realized that viral marketing is their best strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That YouTube clips are where you get the clicks and the views, not elsewhere. And then there's the third Dr. Phil, which is the most common Dr. Phil, which is what we're seeing here, is Dr. Phil who's just talking to fat Midwestern ladies.
Yeah.
Because that's his demographic on the show.
Yes.
Where he's just like, yeah, I mean, you just got to try harder. Because that's all these people, that's their language that they speak,
Yeah.
is they go like, yeah, all it is about effort. That's all life is
Yeah.
effort, and nothing else exists.
There is power in language. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
Is anyone arguing like the opposite? Like, there's no power in language.
Right. Yeah, at home, some lady is sitting in a polyester fucking recliner chair that her grandkids picked the little fucking rolled up pieces of polyester off when they come over.
Yeah.
And she just grabbed the remote and turned it up as soon as he said there's power in language.
Yeah.
Like, that's what his audience is, you know?
And that's that occult power I was talking
Exactly.
about, getting people to react to these phrases and symbols. I mean, it looks like his background is almost the shape of an eye in a couple of those clips, but we don't have to get too much into that
Yeah.
aspect of it.
We just start circling it with red and posting it on
Yeah,
Facebook.
but I just finished reading a book called The Culture of Narcissism by a guy named Christopher Lasch, and he talks about self-help
Yeah.
and how it forces people to turn all of their problems into questions of they're not, like, I'm not trying hard enough.
Yeah,
I need to
totally.
just push through it, and how that forces, like, a very isolated existence on everybody, because
Yeah.
everyone is just thinking, like, how can I cushion myself as much as possible? Not
100%.
how can we build something together? And so
Yeah.
that book was written in '79 when this stuff was just getting started. And
Oh, wow.
you see it now, and I think that it's even more true than it was,
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. The whole thing, Dr. Phil just kind of makes you sick after a while, and like
Yeah.
it's still really fun for us to make fun of, but it's like, fuck this guy.
Horrible as a child on the burn unit. That's horrible.
Yeah, fuck
You
that
getting
starving
nervous on
kids
the
in
way to
Africa
work's not
argument.
horrible.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Let's call things what they are.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I mean
That's such a
that's
shitty-
what you expect from Dr.
How are you?
Phil at this point. You know, it's like that's what he does now.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, but you know, whenever he's dealing with someone with mental illness, you know, it's like he's just gonna downplay it and tell them basically that you know their anxiety is real, but they're the one being crippled by it, and you know, it's,
Yeah.
then he sends them to go talk to fucking Dr. Charles Sophie,
And
which
this
we're about
is
to
the
watch.
villain.
Yeah, this is the guy who just like he gives off like, well, why don't the kids just come stay at the courthouse and you know, and then he fucking puts them all in jail. He likes attention, psychiatrist says about 30-year-old man who claims to have schizophrenia. Hey, doctor, do you think the male model likes attention? Great fucking diagnosis, you dumbass.
I'm good. A little anxious right now.
Why?
I always get anxiety when I meet with psychiatrists because I always fear the worst.
Are you currently in treatment of any sort?
Yeah, I see an OCD specialist in Arizona.
There
and
it
are
is.
you on
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. He sees an OCD specialist.
medication?
Klonopin, and I take it every day.
Go ahead. It's a band-aid.
I do know that, and it's like a safety thing. I always have to have a Klonopin on me.
So other than this Klonopin, you tried a couple antidepressants. Anything else?
My doctor prescribed me a low dose of Abilify. I looked up Abilify, and of course, I saw it treats people with psychosis and schizophrenia, and that scared me to death.
And you thought you had that too then?
The biggest fear I have right now is schizophrenia.
Why?
I was at a restaurant with my mom. I thought I heard like the quickest little whisper in my head say my name. I remember the first thing that came to my mind was schizophrenia. Once I got home, I started Googling symptoms, and ever since then, I've been so obsessed with it.
One hallucination doesn't make...
It's almost like I'm not just obsessed, but I'm also compulsed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I have a disorder
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah, it's like
obsessive
yeah.
and compulsive.
And I'm trying to
all
put
at
the
once.
pieces together here. You know, I feel bad that we shit on Dr. Phil so hard because he did bring up a decent point last episode where he was like, what's the worst case scenario here? That you
Yeah.
have it and then
Right.
what? And like he did bring that up and I was like, okay, that's a fair enough point. And like I kind of do agree with Dr. Phil. Maybe I think the point he's making indirectly is this guy's acting like people with schizophrenia are like fucking just monsters, and that like it'd be the worst thing in the world to have schizophrenia.
Right.
So like, yeah, this guy's kind of being a douche for that reason. But yeah, I stand by our points that we made. Sorry.
A disease necessarily.
I get songs just stuck in my head so easily. For me,
Holy shit.
Just like, why do you think you're schizophrenic? Mambo number 5 will not leave my head. That is why.
I can't stop singing 99 Un Loft Balloons.
You just see some homeless guy like, dude, I get it, man. The SpongeBob SquarePants theme song is blasted right now.
He's all, dude, yeah, I relate to the struggle, brother. Here you go. Here's $1.
The role of the role of the internet in this is interesting because I think we see that on such a wide scale. People want so desperately to be a member of some group, so they're just
Yeah.
like looking up various symptoms and like various ways that they can be like, no, I'm one of you. I'm
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
just like you. I'm
As
just
somebody-
like the homeless person.
As somebody with mild schizophrenia, I can tell you what it's like.
Exactly.
That's
And that's not to say mild schizophrenia is not real, but I think that to assume that, like, for anyone to, like, assume that reading is being pretty willfully, like they're not looking at how people are acting. And a lot of
Yeah.
it seems to come from the internet, where it's like, I feel like I'm not the center of attention. I need to look up a way to justify demanding people's attention.
Sure.
Yeah,
It is
totally.
that narcissism. I think that
Yeah, this guy's, he's a fucking, he's a male, he's a 30-year-old amateur male model.
Yeah.
He's a fucking narcissist with OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
he's
let
freaking
that- yeah.
he's freaking out about the fact that he's 30 and that his male modeling career isn't his
Oh,
full-time
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Why
totally.
wouldn't you be? I mean, that's terrifying as a male model. I mean, realistically, what's your shelf life as a male model?
Yeah.
Maybe
Unless
you
you
make
can
it to 36,
transition
and
into
unless
like George Clooney silver
right,
silver
yeah,
fox
unless
stuff.
But
you
you have
can
to be
become like a
famous for
Calvin
that.
Klein.
Yeah, you need to
you
be
know,
on
a
the flight
CK1
logs.
dude. Yeah, yeah, you got to get in touch with that.
for me though, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't think that's normal. I feel this depersonalization, like it's with me, like almost every day.
You're torturing yourself. You know that.
Yeah, and that's what people are telling me, but I
You can't stop
I
it.
can't stop it.
Yeah,
it's ruining my
horrible.
life.
It is. It's really tough. But there is help for that.
I read that smoking weed could cause schizophrenia, and I did smoke a lot in high school.
Hell yeah, brother. That rocks. he's all, yeah, me and my friends used to just listen to the Chronic 2001 and just get absolutely fucking blazed, Dr. Charles Sophie. He's all, I'm not sure why you're bringing this up right now.
No, it was really cool. We were all together. We had a cool van.
Yeah, it was awesome. You should have been there, man.
Well, I can tell you don't have schizophrenia.
I mean,
Would you feel better if I told you you did?
no.
You sure?
When you say I don't have it, it like almost brings like a sense of calmness in me.
But you won't accept it because you're going to keep
But
questioning.
it's hard to sustain.
If you were watching this movie, what would you think?
I would think the person sitting here is a big hypochondriac.
So you're okay with us putting together a treatment plan?
In my mind, my thought process is like, I'm still questioning if I'm being diagnosed right.
We'll start with you getting some blood work, doing the DNA swab of your mouth, maybe talking to your therapist that you've been seeing.
I'm open for all that, so I appreciate you so much.
He's all, okay, looking at your results here, no schizophrenia, but you do have AIDS.
What was your takeaway from spending time with Blake?
The dude has music playing in his fucking head. He's insane.
I'm looking at his blood work, and he's literally got music in his head. It's
The
one of the
music
weirdest.
is in his blood. He's like Chuck Berry.
It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, Dr. Feld. This man is a medical marvel.
Blake thinks he's sicker than he is, and he likes attention.
Sicker Than He Is a tight album name.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews, Sicker Than He Is.
Likes to pull everybody's attention so that he gets taken care of instead of him taking care of himself.
So you think he's kind of feeding off the reassurance?
Yeah, I think he has to learn how to do it himself, to self-soothe yourself. That's
Self-soothe yourself. Thanks, doctor. Thank you for putting it so eloquently.
3/4 of what's going on. Once you believe in you as much as they believe in you, you'll be fine.
So you think he's schizophrenic?
Not today. No, I don't think he will.
Not today, but tomorrow. Or maybe the next day.
I don't know.
Or the next week.
When-
He is
when
like an
that pill-
Arkham Asylum doctor.
Yeah, dude, totally. That is totally something an evil villain would say. Not today.
Just like, well,
Not yet.
Not yet. Not until we get him on Abilify.
I think you need to grow up emotionally a little bit.
From supermodel to
I truly believe I have schizophrenia.
All right, and then sometimes they like to just put the clip that describes the episode at the end for no
Yes.
good goddamn reason. All
I think
right.
you have-
Last clip. You have the
One more.
power to change your experience of life, Dr. Phil tells guests. I have a feeling Court's going to have some thoughts on that phrase right there.
Yeah.
a very dysfunctional internal dialogue. There is no reality.
Whoa. Whoa. Dr. Phil, I used to smoke weed in high school. That really resonates with me, bud.
Sorry, I think I'm schizophrenic because I had this song by The Doors stuck in my head, and I'm just saying the lyrics out loud.
I want to hear Dr. Phil say that again, dude. That might be my favorite thing he's ever said.
Internal dialogue. There is no reality.
Black-pilled Dr. Phil.
Only perception. There's no good news or bad news. There's just news, and then we decide whether it's good or bad. So your problem, in my opinion, is sum and substance a function of your internal dialogue. You have just been telling
I
yourself.
feel like he stole that. I don't know.
Well, that's also just called anxiety.
yeah,
Like,
true.
anxiety is a fucked up internal dialogue.
yeah, true.
a very catastrophic monologue that has you terribly upset. And when you change that, your whole experience of life will change. Now, there is a whole field of psychology that believes what I just said, and it's called cognitive behavioral therapy. I don't think you need anything other than good, ongoing cognitive behavioral therapy to change the conversation that you're having with yourself.
And I actually do believe the guy because, like, as Dr. Phil is saying this to him, his, like, eyes are welling up. And, like, I mean, you got to believe him because if he could cry on demand, he would not be a 30-year-old unknown model. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He'd be an actor.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, like, yeah. So, like, I actually do, like, kind of feel bad for the guy.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
But-
he has severe.
Yeah, let's
OCD.
see how he reacts to this.
Yeah.
'Cause
And I
have
think
some
when you
thoughts.
do that, you will say, I'm in charge of me, I'm changing what I'm telling myself, and I'm not telling you to be a rah-rah cheerleader, I'm just saying test what you say against reality. And if it passes the reality test, embrace it. If it doesn't, hit the eject button. And you
Hit the ejaculate button. Sorry.
Sir, I couldn't hear you. I was listening to Crazy Train in my head.
So, yeah, sorry about that. I had the new Phoebe Bridgers album in my head.
You have the power to change your experience of life. And I can help make that happen for you. And if you'll do it and really get good at it, you'll look back on this in a very short period of time and go, oh my God, there's a few months I can't get back. And this will be over with, not because somebody fixed it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Him saying, like, you're going to look back and be like, oh my God, I wasted my life. Like,
Yeah, no.
he just said a few months.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still
I mean,
don't-
but
I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean, I can
But
kind of.
This
I'm
guy's
sh-
super obsessive.
I'm not a hypochondriac at all. I don't know what that's like, but I'm sure that once, if you really can get out of that thought, you would be like, I can't believe I thought I had schizophrenia.
yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? That I think that that's fair at
Yeah.
least. I don't know.
it for you, but because you exercise mastery over your own life. The only person you control is you. The only person you need to control is you. Dr. Sovey, what do you say?
We all have aches and pains, and we don't all think we have cancer. But you go right there for some reason. Some of it is you get attention, and some of it is you're just fearful. You live your life in fear. And we talked about the instance when your dad died, and that whole time that you just emotionally clung.
By the way, that's the first time they're bringing up his dad's
Yeah.
death on the episode.
Do we know what his
I have no
dad
idea.
died
That's
from?
the first time.
Probably
Okay.
schizophrenia. It's just like I keep hearing the song Tequila in my mind.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
I go to the hospital?
Yeah. I can't get This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan out of my head. So he hung himself in the garage.
I keep hearing "Hey yo," and I have no sense of taste or smell.
But dude, that is one of the biggest Dr. Phil moments right there. Is that like right at the end they'll announce some terrible trauma that someone has in their life that like really does like put a bow on everything, and they'll just like mention it in passing. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
Your mother. You've never let go out of fear. And so that's why she's your main reassurer. So work through some of these things with the great tools of CBD. You'll be wonderful. But self-soothe yourself.
We learn about ourselves by watching what we do. When you watch yourself master this and tone it,
Ooh, I thought when he said, he said when you watch yourself master, I was like, oh boy, where
They're
are we
also
going
talking
here?
about CBT.
down 20%, 20%, 20%, you'll go, wow, I did that. I have the power to control this. Then you'll attribute to yourself the competency to control this. And this makes sense to you, I can tell.
Yeah.
Because as I'm talking about this, your eyes are getting brighter and you're actually sitting up straighter. It's like, I like what I'm hearing here. This is something I can do.
Yeah.
And you're a competent guy and you like hearing there's something you can do instead of depending on somebody else.
Yes.
Does this make sense to you?
Yes. It does. 100%.
Can you do this?
I can do this.
Will you do this?
I will do this. Yeah.
And that's how it ends, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually not the worst ending. that
No,
could
it
happen
seemed
there.
it seemed like the gist of the advice they were giving him is like stop making a narrative for yourself.
Yeah,
where
1000%.
where you are the one that is getting sick. You're the one that has to be the center of attention. Like it seems like they're trying to encourage him to have an identity outside of his perceived victimhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victimhood of whatever diseases he's worried about. And I think that, at least based on what they were saying, it seems like he doesn't want to have to face himself without that fear defining who he is, that fear of getting sick.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I also think that he just feels like, oh, I'm so fucked up. There's no way that it's just OCD, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But it very obviously is.
Yeah,
You know, I
totally.
mean, him fucking crying to his mom in the kitchen in one of the earlier clips about freaking out that he had jaundice, I think is like the most telling thing about it all is like, Mom, I'm afraid I have lupus. You know, it's like, dude, come on. Like, you got to just be honest here and go, like, something is, it's just my OCD's running amok, you know? Dr. Phil actually handled that last bit pretty well.
Yeah.
I think that he kind of,
Yeah, Charles Sophie's kind of boring, but he doesn't
well, I think
say
he's
anything
just
wrong.
like when you break down his role on the show, it's a nothing character.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, hi, my name's Dr. Phil. I'm a psychiatrist. Joining me today is a psychiatrist. It's like, what the fuck is he doing here if you're a psychiatrist, you know? But
yeah.
that's just Dr. Phil's, I think that's just his dumb fucking little shtick thing, dude, is like, like he loves telling people how many doctors he has that like double check his shit. And I think it's because he's very well aware that people call him out on bullshit. I mean, there's
Yeah.
all kinds of papers and pop psych journals and
Yeah,
shit. that-
none of my doctors have been like, also, by the way, the guy over in triage agrees with me. So, like,
Have you ever had a
know?
doctor call in another doctor during a doctor's appointment?
Oh, no, that's
Dude, it's the
horrifying.
scariest thing of all time. For a while, I think it still happens to me, but for some reason they cannot get a blood pressure reading on me from the machine.
You're like,
Dude,
I have
it was
no
terrifying.
blood in my body.
No, so what happened? So sorry, this is the
Did my
bad
blood
way to wrap it
evaporate?
up. But dude, like it happened to me. It's happened to me like 3 or 4 times. But the first 2 times, dude, it was terrifying. Like basically, the nurse practitioner will like put me in the blood thing, and then she'll be like, "Oh, says your blood pressure is really high. Let's try again." Then they do it again, and then they're like, "Okay, hold on. Let me go grab a doctor." And then a doctor comes in. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" I'm like, "Good." He's like, "Let's just check your blood pressure real quick," and then puts me back in the machine, and it's really fucking high again.
Yeah.
Then he goes and grabs another doctor, and the other doctor's like, "Well, have you done like the manual one on him?" And he's like, "No, let's try that." And then they do, and my blood pressure is totally fine.
It just sounds like a British comedy sketch to where the whole town is
Yeah,
checking your
that's
blood pressure.
kind of what it felt like,
It's
dude.
just a Swedish chef like,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Yeah.
check your blood
Dude, that's
pressure.
exactly what it felt like. Like, yeah, like like a librarian's gonna come in next, you know? Yeah, anyway. But yeah, my blood pressure's great. Thanks for the concern at home. I can already feel the emails pouring in. Court, you got
Yeah.
anything to promote, dude? Shoot 'em off.
Well, in an hour or 48 minutes, Parker's going to be on my show on the
Yes.
same Twitch channel
Yeah.
for the 6 o'clock Dad Rock Talk.
Yeah, can't wait.
Other than that, not too much else to promote. You can follow the Dad Rock show at just at Dad Rock Show, or God damn it, at Dad Rock Talk
Dad
on
Rock Talk.
on Instagram. Yeah, at Dad Rock Talk.
Any Venmo or anything? Anything you want to plug for the?
No, not yet.
Wet the
We're
beak a little bit. All right.
Nah, we're still getting off the ground.
Okay.
Beak's got to stay dry for now.
Yeah, I hear you. Parker?
Paul Banks, that's the singer of Interpol. No,
Did you have that bit lined up the entire fucking time?
for a second, yeah. Thought
were
it was
just
gonna
like-
get a bigger pop.
You were just missing riffs because you in your head you're going Paul Banks, Paul Banks.
No, I just remember. But no, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Parker the Newman. Friend me on Facebook. Follow the podcast at Fill My Heart Pod. Instagram, Twitter. Write us. Email us at fillmyheartpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, do that.
We have a Patreon. The Patreon is main show at this point, it feels like.
I don't
This
know.
is the
You
side-
keep saying that. I feel like it's undersell. I think we pump
I'm
out
trying
good
to- I'm
content
trying
on
to
both.
promote.
No, I hear you, but I think that both are good and well worth your while. I feel like the Patreon's worth $5.
Yeah.
We gained 2 this past week, lost
Oh,
1,
really?
so RIP to that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He must have died. That's the only reason you would ever cancel your Patreon subscription. Well, at least you're dead to me. All right. Did you want to do? Were you good on plugs?
Yeah. Oh, also Stab Comedy Theater.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Stab Comedy on Twitter and Instagram. Fucking follow on Facebook because there's a lot of live shit going on right now, including starting Tuesday the 18th. So that's not this next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. A new weekly show coming at you from the Brain Hive behind Fill My Heart. It's Drew Absher's Sports Ball. It's a sports game show type thing. So check that out. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram for more updates on that at Drew Absher's Dumb. Follow me on Twitter at Drew Absher. Don't add me on Facebook. I think I'm going to delete that fucking thing.
Whoa.
Dude, yeah, I'll tell you off air, actually. That's probably a good idea.
Don't do that.
And then Patreon, like Parker said, patreon.com/fillmyheart. Buy a motherfucking t-shirt, dude. I'm putting in the order tomorrow. So if you're live streaming this right now, now is your last chance to pre-order for $20. And then after that, it'll be up to $25. Anything else I wanted to plug? Nope, that's it. All right, guys, we'll talk to you next week. I think next week we're going to watch an episode about a woman who thinks she's a prophet from God.
Oh, yeah.
Who cured her husband's homosexuality. So you'll want to tune in for that. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Oh, music. Shit. Here we go.
Ciao,
Goodbye.
Vela.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me.